life is hard. Some days, a lot of days. And honestly, how we cope with it is what's going to determine a lot of how our lives go. For the longest time, I coped by drinking alcohol, just numbing the pain, numbing everything, just caring a lot less about the things that bothered me. As time has gone on, slowly, and I've documented this on the channel in the past, but I have transitioned that from drinking alcohol to exercise and meditation. Um, those two things combine a good 1-2 punch that will eliminate any amount of negative energy that is within me. And then, two, I refill myself with positive energy in those moments when I do those practices. So, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I just kind of relapse and I get into grooves, as I like to call them. I get into a track, a groove of just drinking, because doing the same, everything in life is momentum, and doing the same thing over and over is easier than just, it seems easier, anyways, than taking the small amount of effort it takes to actually make that first step, and our minds drive that. Um, I suffer from depression, undiagnosed. There's something going on there, but I've started going to the doctor more in the last few years. And one thing that I tried was hydroxyzone, and that's something that they can do without giving you an actual like psych evaluation. You can take this hydroxyzone, and it's a sleep aid to a degree. Like if you have depression and it is causing you to not be able to fall asleep, if it's giving you sleep issues, then you can be prescribed this. And not even a high dose, 25 milligrams it was the strangest experience. I took it one time and I could see how dangerous it is, because it actively, I called it decapitation. It like separated my analytical mind from my emotional body. The emotions were still present, but I couldn't feel anything. It was another numbing agent, so to speak. And it was just one pill, and I took the one pill and was like, I will never take this again, because I'm someone who feels deeply. I feel a lot, and that informs my actions moving forward. And I have this weird 50-50 thing where I am completely able to be engrossed in an emotion and feel the emotion, but have the mental wherewithal to know what is right versus wrong, or what the best move is based on just the purely analytical. It's a unique ability, but I say all this to say that I swore never to take hydroxyzone again after that first pill, because I don't believe in the pharmakeia response to treating everything. The medical system here in America, they treat the symptom, not the root cause. And what I have found in my time, going back to the beginning and what this video is actually about, is that to sum it up very simply, movement is medicine. Movement 100% is medicine. If you can take that first step to get up, get out of your environment, whatever suffering you're in, and actually just move, and you'll see that your brain kind of shuts off after a minute, and not like completely shuts all the way down. You can still process stuff. There's such a thing as walking meditations, what I would refer to as active meditations, but you have these moments where you are being physical, you're working yourself out, you're expending energy, and at the end of it, you feel so much better. And it's really that simple. And I will preach this until the day I die, but never underestimate how good a walk is. Just getting up and going for a walk, a 20, 30 minute, 40, an hour, whatever, anywhere between 20 to 40, 20 minutes to an hour is like the most ideal walk you could have. That's why people get addicted to hiking, being out in nature. And it really helps build your body up, and you just feel better after movement. I mean, that's a mechanism we have as humans, is once we're moving, and we've moved a lot, we feel the endorphin rush in the wake of that. And it feels great. You feel accomplished. You have done something. At least you didn't just sit there and wallow in depression. And that's something that is not preached a lot. I mean, I suppose it could be, but social media takes everything to the extreme. So all you see now is the weaponized version of that, the business side of fitness, where you see like this dude, these shredded guys with 12 packs that are on steroids, and it's like you don't have to do all of that. There is something called balance, and unfortunately, most people that know this balance and understand it, they're not on social media preaching it, because they understand that they're just shouting into the void, and they would rather not make it a business. Because as soon as you start going down that path of trying to make it a business, then you have to compete with all these people, and then you start compromising your message, and then suddenly you start just becoming part of the machine instead of just saying there is a healthy balance, which is what I am here for. And I acknowledge that I likely will never ever be big on YouTube, and that's totally fine. I'm fully well and committed and understanding and accepting of this, because the message of just balance, peace, happiness, just shut your brain off and do the things that make you happy, just do the damn thing, that's what I'm here to do, to tell you every single day. So it seems, anyways, until I stop doing it again. But right now I'm passionate about it, and this really seems like the best path forward for me, so I'm gonna do that. Anyways, movement is medicine, and unfortunately, when you go to social media, you see the extreme, you see all of that, and everyone's giving you a ton of info, and you don't know where to start or what to do, and you don't want to do it wrong because, oh, I wish I would have done this and saved myself so much time. And you're listening to these fit dudes just talk instead of getting up and walking, and that's all you have to do to start. Just start. Just, if you're watching this video and you want to start exercising, or you want to get out of your depressive fit, get up and start walking. I don't care if you have to shut this video off to do that, but do it. Stop scrolling, start moving. And that's pretty much the core of my message today, is to just stop scrolling and to start moving. No matter what it is in life, you have to move, because movement is medicine, and that is truly the most natural thing. And if pharmakeia can actually achieve that, well, then you're going to be priced out of it, 100%. It's going to be something that only the top 1% in the world will be able to get, unless there's extremely bad side effects. Then I suppose the elite would then give it to us to thin the herd, so to speak, and so they don't have to waste resources on us peasants. I don't know. I'm talking out my patukas now. But guys, that is going to be the end of the video today. I've discussed everything I've wanted to discuss, and I just needed to turn the camera on, come out here for a few minutes, and tell you all that just move. I just did the dishes while listening to Will Ospreay's theme Elevated on repeat. I call it a hype trance. I got myself into a hype trance. I did dishes, I danced around. I had a really good time. And making things fun is part of what I preach, and to how to get those done. You can't just stay task oriented and get all that stuff done without having fun. If you're not having fun, you're really doing yourself a disservice, and there's ways to make everything fun. Stuff still needs to get done, but you can still have fun while doing it. So that's another part of balance for you. Balance is what we seek as humans, and the more we can get to that point, the more happier we will become. So if you find yourself lost or unable to move, or you're just completely, utterly filled with hopelessness, just get up, just start moving, just leave the environment that is making you sick and sad, and then spend some time trying to heal. And then once you do that, you will return and you'll feel better and level. And that's all I have for you today, everyone. So if you liked this, if this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll always appreciate you. And guys, until the next time, my name is Ken, and I'll see you then.